Okay, what I want to show you now is two other options available for you, and the first is free and the second is paid. Now these are not quite the same as Windows Movie Maker or Animoto. They're used for capturing, like, say, screen demonstrations. I'm using Camtasia now, which I'll show you in a minute. You can use it to capture the screen very easily, to manipulate the screen and so on, so it's very, very good. Both of these also have a plug-in to PowerPoint and the OpenOffice version of PowerPoint, so that you can record your PowerPoint presentations very, very easily, like you've seen throughout this program. Now the first one's called Camstudio. It's open source software. It's basically free to use. You can see here there's all the updates, and you can usually find a private label rights to this knocking around somewhere very, very easily. You can see there's all sorts of bits and pieces, tells you about it, and there's the download link. So it's free for you to download and use. It is a good piece of software, and if you want to capture the screen, it's a very good place to start. And you can see there, for some bizarre reason, they put these adverts on here, which is fantastic, except for right here they're advertising their main competitor. So obviously, of course, that's never very good. But you can see it tells you more and more about what's going on. But it's a good idea. It really, really is. Camstudio is basically a free version of Camtasia. It's not as fully featured, but then I wouldn't expect it to be because it's free. However, if you're recording the screen and you want to do demonstrations like we have here, then that's fine. This will do the job, and do the job wonderfully for you. The other one is TechSmith Camtasia. Camtasia is another piece of software that will do much the same, and you can see you can have a 30-day free trial, or you can look at the overview video here. I'd suggest you have a look at it. It's very, very good. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have this. I use it all the time. I wouldn't use anything else if I'm recording videos like this. Now, yes, I do use Windows Movie Maker for my videos of articles and stuff like that. But when I'm producing a demonstration or something like we're talking now, I'd use Camtasia every time. The only downside of it is behind here, behind the Buy Now button, is if we just check, you can see it's showing me the prices in British pounds, but I can buy an individual copy for, that's about $300 basically. As if I'm buying Snagit as well. Snagit's actually quite useful. However, if I just want, it's just over $300, that's probably closer to $300 if I just want to buy Camtasia Studio. And it's also available here for an Apple Mac, though it's a lot cheaper on the Macintosh. Now they are a very professional company, and they do produce a lot of upgrades. They do keep it updated and keep it up to date. So I honestly would, if you got the money and you want the best, then Camtasia I'd recommend without question. Camstudio, it does do the job. It's a bit more out of date. It's a little bit more buggy because obviously it's open source. It's done by people in their spare time, people who are pretty much, you know, keeping it running just to give new marketers a tool so that they can get started without having to spend a fortune. So whichever one of these you decide to use is entirely up to you. It really, really is. But if you are wanting to record PowerPoints or you want to record screen demonstrations, then Camstudio or Camtasia are very, very necessary. They are different from Animoto and Windows Movie Maker, which we just looked at, so bear that in mind. So depending on how you're going to produce your video, you're going to use something completely different, so you'll use one or the other tools. Now, if you brought video from your video camera, you can edit that in Camtasia and Camstudio, or you can edit it in Windows Movie Maker. It's entirely up to you, depends on what you're comfortable with. But you've now seen a number of different ways of editing and creating high quality professional videos with nothing more than dragging and dropping and pointing and clicking. So it's not difficult to do. There are no excuses. So you can now create those videos, and what we'll do in a minute is we're going to talk in a few moments about how you distribute those videos and get them onto the video site. So we'll get onto that now without further ado.